Welcome back to the Notorious R.A.D. Wait a second. Something's different.
Minus the R.
Oh, yeah, minus the R. Damn. Damn it, Riley.
There we go.
Riley Funk, one of our co-hosts, is out. Or, in the words of Pat McAfee, out.
He is in the health and safety protocols.
He has officially entered the Notorious R.A.D. health and safety protocols and could not be with us. They said he told us for sure, though, he was immunized.
I'm glad the Packers fan made the Aaron Rodgers joke. That was great.
All right, guys, we got a lot to talk about today. And, man, I was going to tell you all what we were going to talk about today, but, I mean, any sports fan in the world knows what just happened. Odell Beckham Jr. was released, I believe, officially released 2 days ago from the Cleveland Browns. And everybody on their mind was, where is OBJ going to go? And for the longest time, the front runner looked like the Green Bay Packers. Looked good. Looked like I had a chance.
And then last night it moved to Kansas City, and I was very excited. I was feeling great today. I was walking around, OBJ's going to be chief. Let's go. And then
bushy-tailed, and then darkness fell across the land everywhere but Los Angeles. The Los Angeles Rams and Odell Beckham Jr. have officially come to terms, and OBJ will be going out to Los Angeles to just basically join I would say the Super Bowl favorite.
Well, definitely now they're the Super Bowl favorite. I mean, you have the Von Miller signing. That's going to be a big deal when he's healthy. It's just a question of what Odell are you going to get? I mean, if I'm Cooper Kupp, I'm like, what more do you want?
I mean, Cooper Kupp is currently the best receiver in the league. I mean, the man is an absolute dog, and things that are happening.
I think OBJ gives him a bigger threat on the outside because Cooper Kupp's more of your slot guy.
Yes, I agree.
I think you pair OBJ up with Robert Woods.
Yes,
that's a pretty lethal trio. This is now the best receiving core in the NFL, right?
Oh, absolutely, without a doubt. And I
think the only one you can rival it with is probably Tampa.
Yeah,
Tampa with Evans, Godwin, and Antonio Brown.
Yeah, and I mean, my hot take at the very beginning of the season was Antonio Brown was going to be the best receiver in the league, and I mean, it held true for a couple weeks.
If he wasn't hurt right now, you might have
a win there. But
might be doing good on that one. But.
And I mean, OBJ, everyone's like, "Oh, OBJ, he's so toxic, like he's bad for teams, whatever." I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't give a shit if he's toxic. Like, the man is a great football player, and he is a deep threat at any point in the game. It doesn't matter if you're backed up to your own 1 yard line. All it takes is that dude to make one good move, and he's wide open, and he's gone.
Yeah, OBJ's that guy who can take a 7-yard slant and turn it into a 70-yard touchdown.
Exactly.
That's the kind of player he is. And
I hope for his sake that he's able to bounce back when he gets to Los Angeles and gets to have a team that cares enough about him to use him to his strengths versus he's just kind of there. Like, I feel like when he was in Cleveland, it was always the Nick Chubb, Jarvis Landry show. And
I just don't feel like Baker and OBJ ever really got on the same page.
No.
They could never really get on the same page.
I completely agree. I mean, OBJ and Baker are two very big alpha males. And you saw that with OBJ in New York, and then you saw that with Baker at Oklahoma. I mean, just to recap, the Baker Mayfield we saw against the KU team when, he decided to grab his nuts in front of the entire national audience. And, I mean, what did anybody expect when he came into the NFL?
The guy who planted the flag in the middle
of
the field against Ohio State.
Like,
yes.
You attempt to put those two guys on a team, not let alone an offense together, and you just can't do that. You have to have a good give and take, and I feel like those two just sat there and butted heads over and over and over again. And that's kind of why we saw a little bit of a fall off in OBJ before he got before he got injured.
He also hasn't been able to stay healthy when he's been in Cleveland. He's struggled to stay healthy the entire time he's been there. I think that's got a lot to do with it too. He's not the same Giants Odell Beckham who
Had the
made
one-handed
one of the
catch.
greatest catches I've ever seen in my life.
I mean, quite possibly could be
That
the greatest catch ever made. Like,
it's hard to top it.
I mean, honestly, when you go through and look at it was the number one play of the decade, and I think it was the number one play of the top 100 plays in the last 20 years.
Yeah, it's hard. That one's going to be hard to top. But
I mean, how many people in the NFL can go get?
If you're talking magnitude, okay, the helmet catch by Kyrie might rival it.
Yeah.
I think going right back, New York and the same guy threw the ball.
Yeah,
but no, I think that if you want to talk about a play that could rival that, it's the David Tyree helmet catch in the Super Bowl against New England.
And I think that's probably one of the only ones, because the issue with there's been a lot of great catches in the NFL over the years, but the issue is it didn't have the magnitude, it didn't have the outcome that everyone was like, oh, with OBJ's catch, he did that while being pulled down by a defender and still held onto the ball and scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
Like the David Tyree catch set them up to win the Super Bowl. I think the only one that comes close to either one of those is Santonio Holmes catching it in the back of the end zone to win the Super Bowl against the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, I think it's Tyree and Odell, and you could flip a coin.
Yeah,
and you're not going to get much of an argument from anybody else.
No, absolutely not. But what you are going to get an argument on is how COVID is going in the NFL.
Not well.
In the words of Aaron Rodgers, I have been immunized. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. I love Aaron Rodgers, Green Bay Packers fan, so, Aaron Rodgers will always be my guy. And I'm not going to lie to you. I'm quite annoyed at this point listening to people talk about how bad of a person Aaron Rodgers is and all this and that and how he lied and whatnot. And no, he did not lie. He told the truth. They asked, are you vaccinated? He said, I'm immunized. Everyone just assumed that he was vaccinated. And vaccinated and immunized are two very different words.
Different things,
with very different definitions. But as of right now, the COVID list is running rampant. I'm just shocked. In the last couple weeks, it has been insane. Dakota Dozier, the Vikings offensive lineman, has been hospitalized due to COVID. So, it is insane how many people are down. And Nick Chubb just became one of the newest people.
Was that again?
I don't think it was.
Or was he? No, he was hurt.
He was hurt.
He was hurt, and now that's going to send him right back. And he had a positive test. So
yeah, AJ Green just got back.
You say AJ Green should be good today. Yeah. Good this week.
Their head coach for the Arizona Cardinals had it at one point. There's so many players on these.
Noah Fant just came out of it for Denver.
Yeah, that's going to be a big.
That'll be a big help to that offense.
Thing. And just looking at how Denver did last week, they had a fantastic game.
Oh yeah,
they played great. The Buffalo Bills, Mitchell Trubisky and Jake Fromm. Now I know those two names are probably dead to a lot of people, but
those guys are around Josh Allen.
Exactly. Josh Allen is the guy out there.
We'll talk more about Buffalo later on.
Depending on which Josh Allen we're referring to, wink, 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 wink. But there's been a lot of guys who have had COVID this year.
I'm sitting here scrolling through this list too, and
Drew Lock. Drew Lock's out right now with it.
Yeah,
and like I said, I know there's a lot of people who are like, oh, those people don't really matter. They're not that important. Whatever. Aaron Rodgers, Green Bay Packers. He's still out. The earliest he can be back is Saturday, the day before they are supposed to play against Seattle. So that'll probably be a decision by Matt LaFleur that he's going to have to make and see if that is something that he wants to risk in case Rodgers doesn't pass. The NFL came out and said that Rodgers can't. It's not just the negative test results anymore for him. He has due to the fact that he did test positive, he has to go through the entire return to play protocol.
And
so
even with that, it's still just the day before.
Yeah.
The earliest he can clear all of that is the day before.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't need to practice to play.
No, it's Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about it before the show. Aaron Rodgers is that kind of guy. Aaron Rodgers is the kind of guy that's just like Tom Brady in that sense. He don't need to practice to come out and throw for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns and win a football game. You just kind of do it.
Yeah.
So I mean, but like I said, guys, these lists are, and I'll definitely make sure I put this in the description. This list that we're looking at for the COVID list in the description for this episode, and it updates all the time. This list is based off of what has been told on November 9th. So, but I'll make sure I put this link in the description so everyone can see it and just kind of keep, I guess, a heads up on what's going on in the NFL with COVID. I mean, let's see. CeeDee Lamb got fined this week.
Yeah, for the jersey not being tucked in.
Jersey not being tucked in.
Weak.
Alan Lazard and Aaron Rodgers got fined this week for COVID-related policies. There's been a lot of stuff.
Didn't Green Bay as an organization get fined like $300,000?
Green Bay, as the organization, did get fined $300,000 for failing to, enforce COVID policies with the guys. So, but we're going to take a quick jump. We don't do this very often. Don't do it very often. But we're going to take a quick jump over into one of Dakota's favorite things to talk about, and it is the Golden State Warriors. They have been they are red hot right now. The Warriors have started their season, and last time I checked, they were sitting at a 9-1.
They're 10-1. They won last night.
Good Lord.
They beat Minnesota last night.
We haven't seen this kind of Warriors team since they broke the record and went 71-9, right?
73
or 79, 3-9.
73-9.
73-9.
Still proceeded to blow a 3-1 lead in the playoffs. So
You know what?
I'm still salty about that one.
The greatest thing that I will ever say is you can't win them all.
No, but this isn't even a full healthy Golden State Warriors.
That is
team.
very true. I was gonna say Klay Thompson's still not back yet.
Klay Thompson's not back. James Wiseman still isn't back.
Have you seen
the new revelation of Gary Payton II? In case you have not seen a Gary Payton II dunk video, they're everywhere.
The man is dirty. I'm not
one of the best.
Is Kelly Oubre still on?
No, he plays for Charlotte.
Oh man, I like Kelly Oubre.
We didn't like Kelly Oubre. He can't shoot.
No, that's too bad.
He didn't fit in very well.
I mean, when you're literally the two best players on your team are nicknamed the Splash Brothers, doesn't shock me that somebody who can't shoot wouldn't fare well on the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah,
I was seeing something the other day. Klay Thompson, it was kind of funny. So they're like, the last time Klay Thompson played, let's see, here it is. It's a meme. The last time Klay Thompson played, Anthony Davis was still in the Pelicans. Kawhi Leonard was still on the Raptors. Chris Paul was still in Houston, and Jimmy Butler was still in Philadelphia.
Yep. Yeah, it's been that long.
That is.
You just hope he comes back fully healthy, and he's not going to be Klay. I don't think we're all expecting him to be full 100% of what he was. Because remember, not only torn ACL, torn Achilles too. This is unprecedented in sports, period. Somebody coming back from these two injuries that he happened basically back to back.
Yeah, and I mean, I would like to. I gotta be the guy who has the faith. I think Klay Thompson's gonna come back better than ever.
Oh, you mistook that for no faith.
No, I'm not saying
I have plenty of faith in Klay Thompson.
I don't want to. I'm not trying to say that you have no faith in him, but what I am trying to say is, I think Klay Thompson's going to come back and he's going to come back better than ever. And I think the rumors are that it's a look at December right now.
I haven't seen anything lately. I mean, he's shooting and stuff. He's out shooting. I just think that's a lot. It's a lot to come back from.
Yeah, and
could return before Christmas. That was the latest report. That came from NBC Sports.
Yeah, I mean,
20 hours ago.
I think the biggest thing is...
Hold on. They may have a date. They're looking... Could make season debut on December 20th against Sacramento. I would assume they're going to bring him back. Yeah, it's a home game.
Yeah.
There's no way you don't bring... If you're going to bring him back, you need to bring him back.
You have to bring him back on at home.
At home, yeah.
Because how are you going to do that to your fans going and saying, hey, he's back, but you don't get to see him until we return?
Do they get a Christmas game this year? They have a Christmas game. I just wonder if that Christmas game's in Golden State here. I'll check real quick.
Well, what I was going to say is, I mean, look at it like this. Zion Williamson, his rookie year, damn near won the Rookie of the Year by playing half the season.
Yeah.
Half the season. And, I mean, if Klay comes out and does what Klay does best.
If Klay does anything, he's the comeback player of the year.
He's the comeback player of the year. And, like I said, if Klay does what Klay does best, I would not be shocked if the NBA goes and looks at him and potentially puts him in the running for MVP.
They can't give him MVP. They can't give him MVP unless he does something outrageous because the guy on his team, if he keeps playing the way he does, is going to win MVP.
But that's the thing. We've seen over the years, Curry has become more and more distributing of the ball, and especially to Klay Thompson. Like, those two are like peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah.
When they're on the court, they feed each other.
Yeah,
and
Steph just casually dropped his 50 burger Monday night against Atlanta. He said, Trae Young, I'm sorry, this is still my league. Hold on there.
Young buck.
Yep. Oh,
and it's
50 and 10.
Good Lord. Stephen Curry.
There just aren't very many people in the league who can do that.
And
Harden, maybe 50 points, 10 assists. Probably James Harden?
James Harden, maybe. Giannis, maybe. That's a maybe.
Maybe with Giannis.
Yeah. KD, I feel like he's probably one of the only people who could just casually do it.
KD can casually drop 50, but.
And I think AD could probably casually.
I don't think AD's. I don't think that team's very good.
They're not.
I just do not think that team is very good.
Anyone who.
I mean, if you just watch the way that team plays, I watched them for a half last night, and they just
it's hard to watch.
They don't look good.
No, and it's sad because they should be really good.
I mean, they're still the 7 in the East. I mean, they beat Miami last night, even though Jimmy Butler got hurt just before halftime, and I mean that's a huge deal when you're playing Miami.
That's 7 in the West. Sorry.
Yeah, that is 7 in the West.
My bad. Didn't want to be that guy.
It's 7 in the West, but the West is not good this year.
No, the West.
Houston's
is not
terrible. New Orleans is terrible. Oklahoma City is somehow 4-6. They shouldn't be 4-6. They're not going to be. I mean that.
But can we take a moment and give a shout out to my St. Louis-born boy out in Washington, in the Washington Wizards, being 8-3.
I love it.
I'm about it. Bradley Beal. I'm
sorry. I'm sorry. I love it. I love that Kuzma's winning. I love it. It makes my day that Kuzma's winning somewhere. And I haven't looked at his numbers this year, but I really don't even care. It's the fact that they have a better record than the Lakers right now. Kuzma's averaging 14 and 9.
Ooh, okay.
What's he shooting from the field?
That's not bad.
Yeah, and he's not shooting as bad as he did in L.A. He's 43% from the field, 39% from 3.
I think since LeBron has gotten there's been kind of a curse. Like, players who are normally pretty good shooters just don't anymore.
Look at the guys that were on that team before LeBron got there. Brandon Ingram.
Dog.
Very, very good. Lonzo.
Dog.
Finally found his spot in Chicago, and that team is for real. Mm-hmm. They're going to be a problem in the East. And then you look at Kuzma. I mean, he's just removed from being with LeBron. I'm sure there's more that I couldn't name, but there you go. There's 3 guys. Like, not saying that LeBron James is a bad basketball player because I do not think that whatsoever.
I don't think he's a bad basketball player, but I think there's just something that comes with LeBron that might not be great for younger players.
I just think they've never surrounded LeBron with the right kind of players.
Yes.
And they did that again this year.
They definitely are not.
From the second they signed Russell Westbrook, that was a mistake.
That was an awful decision. Russell Westbrook and LeBron James trying to be the guy on the team.
I've told you and Riley multiple times, they're basically the same player.
Yes. They just play different positions.
Yeah, they're if you compare them statistically, they're you're going to get a lot of similarities.
6'9", 250 for LeBron. Bitch, where? Where does that man put 250 pounds?
Yeah.
That man
I
looks
know.
tiny. I feel like, I mean, I'm 6'1". I'm not bodying LeBron James, but like
Nope,
if it came
but
down
LeBron
to
James
it,
would body you.
but if it comes down to it, like in a fight, do or die, I think I'm putting up a damn good fight.
What are you at? What are you sitting at right now?
I'm sitting at 248,
Gee.
but I look 248.
You do look 248.
Like, I'm a big, stocky guy. Like, I was a collegiate defensive lineman. I feel like if me and LeBron had to go one-on-one, the only thing he'd have on me is the reach and height. Like, that's
Sorry,
it.
LeBron's probably a lot faster than you two.
Not if I take out his kneecap. I mean,
Well,
LeBron, I want the smoke. I want the smoke, my guy.
if this ever gets to LeBron, but we've made it. If this ever gets to LeBron,
I know. Hey, LeBron, if you hear this, I want the smoke, but I kind of don't want the smoke. Like, I'm willing to break out the pause, but like at the same time,
he'd rather not.
I don't want to. I don't want to hurt my elder. That's all.
Don't want to hurt your.
Oh no, I'm just kidding. But we were talking about basketball players who just played with LeBron and Alex Caruso.
Oh, Caruso.
Alex Caruso.
Caruso was good though when he was with LeBron.
But I mean, look at him now. That tandem between him and Levine.
Yeah, him, Levine, DeRozan, Ball, Vucevic. Vucevic is out right now.
Did you see the play that happened last night?
That pass that Lonzo made?
Oh my god,
that was disgusting.
That was so dirty. It was an absolute dime. And I mean, it was all set up by Caruso. Caruso had
the hustle
play that got the steal and then came in and, was able to get that to Lonzo. And obviously with it looked like kind of a fast break opportunity, and the defense was stuck in their tracks, and Levine was already down the court as soon as he saw Caruso with the ball, and it was basically game over from there. And then, always got to finish it off with a nice 360 slam.
That was also one of the most casual 360 dunks you're ever going to see. But that is casual for Zach LaVine.
I know. I mean, it hurts my soul to know that there are people out there who just, can casually do random things that I wish I could do. Also, did anyone else know that Alex Caruso was 6'5"?
No. Never would have guessed.
What?
Never would have.
And Lonzo Ball 6'6"?
I knew Lonzo was tall. I knew Lonzo was 6'6" because LaMelo's like 6'8".
Yeah,
is that right? I think LaMelo's 6'8".
Where did I didn't even know that.
I'm going to double check that. I'm going to fact check that real quick. I think LaMelo's 6'8".
Then
LaMelo's 6'7".
6'7".
Point guard.
Point guard. Like, these are literally the better version of Ben Simmons.
They can shoot.
I mean, to be completely honest with you, that doesn't take a lot.
It doesn't take a whole lot to be a better shooter than Ben.
I can shoot better than Ben Simmons, and I haven't played basketball in like 4 years. So,
I mean, it doesn't take a whole lot to be able to shoot better than Ben Simmons.
This is very true. There is one person I do envy, and that is my mentor, Tim Sinclair. He's also the public address announcer for the Chicago Bulls. So he gets to watch this glorious team
that would be lovely.
over and over and over again. Like, that is so cool. I mean, the one thing I don't envy about him is that he has to watch the Chicago Bears shit the bed over and over and over and over again. But you know what?
I mean, they're really good at that.
Yeah.
They're really good at that.
They got to be good at something.
Well, are we going to talk? Are we going to talk about that? Are we going to wait till we get to Chicago or Pittsburgh to talk about that game?
We'll get to that in a second.
Talk about that cluster.
That was awful. But you know what?
If I'm reading this right, Chicago doesn't play this week. So I guess we'll talk about it when we talk about Pittsburgh.
Well, I mean, we're about to recap the NFL Week 9.
Oh, well,
NFL,
that is the story.
Well.
That is the story coming out of Week 9.
The hip check.
The hip check.
The
Tony Correnti.
I don't.
He hip checked him, right?
He hipped it.
We agree to this, right?
I can't say he did it like intentionally. I don't know.
I don't know. It looked very intentional.
It looked like he did stick the hip out. I'm gonna say it. I'll be the one to say it. He stuck the hip out, and
I mean, he kind of upstaged him with the way he threw the flag too.
Yeah,
like he just stared him down.
He did, and I mean, it's I think the NFL needs to have a meeting with him, and I wouldn't say fine him or like sit him down.
Can we take this back to the whole reason this is even a thing?
Go for it.
One, that taunting penalty was terrible.
The taunting penalty in general
is
needs
awful.
to be thrown out because it has ruined the game of football in this past
These are
season.
grown men. Let them do what they want. That is a practice squad player who made a huge play in prime time against the team that just cut him. Know the situation before you throw the flag.
Honestly,
I'm not saying to pick and choose, but like he didn't do anything. He didn't say anything, and he postured up.
The only thing.
Come on.
I think even in college, like, let the boys celebrate. Like you obviously are celebrating for a reason, and I'm just saying, like, if you score a touchdown, dude,
go for it.
Go for it. You get a big tackle, big sack. Go for it. Like,
okay,
you don't know who that player is and how much he's played. So if you get that opportunity,
I know these aren't the same penalty, but the whole defense is running all the way to the other end of the field to celebrate after a turnover or something like that, and you're going to find somebody for posturing up to a sideline.
Yeah, like that's so stupid.
I know if you want to call taunting, start calling that excessive celebration every single time.
I agree.
You need to start calling it every single time because it's excessive celebration and it never gets called.
No, I completely
I don't need
agree.
to be that guy. I don't think there should be an excessive celebration penalty in the NFL. I don't think there should be a taunting penalty in the NFL. Why? It's professional sports.
Yeah. Welcome to the 21st century where people are going to, if you suck, I'm going to let you know that you suck.
If you dunk on someone, you should have the absolute right to flex on that man.
Yeah, I mean, don't go all crazy and like get in his face, but
like it never usually doesn't get that bad either.
Yeah.
Like you make a catch over a guy, you want to stand up, stare him down, and flex on him.
Yeah,
go for it.
I mean, why
you just embarrassed him?
Yeah, why is it that the NFL is making this taunting call? I mean, look at the NBA. Russell Westbrook rocks his baby to sleep all the time. Why isn't that? I mean,
I think that's celebrating more than it is taunting.
But, I mean, you're literally looking at the guy
I know.
telling him,
I mean,
hey, you were slow enough that you let me just basically rock you to sleep and put this ball in.
I mean, you could do the
yeah.
too small celebration.
Like
that's my favorite one now.
But recapping from Week 9.
All right, Week 9.
All I want to say is the next jersey that I'm buying, which if you don't know, I am an avid jersey collector. I have over 50 jerseys at this point, and the next jersey that I'm buying is Mike White.
Mike White.
Mike White for president, baby.
Even though they lost and Mike White got hurt, that was depressing.
But he's back.
He is back.
He's going
to start.
And
can we talk about Jonathan Taylor that night on that Thursday night game?
I think Jonathan.
Well, I mean, he's going to lead the league in rushing now.
Yes.
Now that Derrick
Henry's gone and Nick Chubb is hurt and COVID leave.
Yeah.
And
I mean, this was the week of the upset in the NFL.
It really was.
Like, you go down the board. I mean, Cleveland over Cincinnati. I mean, that one's not as – it was the way Cleveland beat them.
Yeah.
Same thing in Dallas. Like, that game was ugly for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Denver looked fantastic. Give them their credit. Denver played great.
Giants over the Raiders.
Atlanta over New Orleans. I'm shocked. I'm again shocked they did not start Taysom Hill in that game.
Are we ready for it? Josh Allen over Josh Allen?
Josh Allen over Josh Allen. That might be the good. How?
I don't know.
How? Like,
you have
how do they only score 6 points against the Jaguars?
You have the second highest powered offense on the planet right now. And
who are you putting them behind?
Behind LA.
LA? Okay,
yeah.
well, yeah.
Second highest
powered.
Well,
not last week. Not last
but
week.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you have the second highest powered offense in the league. And
I mean, you call that an upset too, right? Tennessee going into LA on Sunday night beating them?
Absolutely. Without Derrick Henry?
Yeah, without Derrick Henry, I mean,
Adrian Peterson
got a touchdown.
Got
was that 125? His 125th touchdown?
Look at him being a dog. I mean, some people might not say it's an upset, but the way the season was going, it's an upset. The Chiefs beating the Packers. Yes, they did it against the Packers without Aaron Rodgers.
We looked bad, by the way.
You did.
We looked terrible.
Let's be completely honest here. Jordan Love, actually, I'm going to say it, Jordan Love did not look horrible. Like, he did not look as bad as he could have.
Awful.
I mean, he went 19 for 34 for yards, a touchdown, and an interception. It's his first career
The
NFL
pick,
start.
That pick killed them, though.
Yes.
That pick killed them because that was in the red zone.
If he doesn't throw that touchdown, I think the Packers win that game.
I mean, he doesn't throw the interception. The Packers win that game.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
I mean,
that's one of the worst games I've ever watched Patrick Mahomes play.
Yeah, I mean, 20 for 37 for 166.
The thing was, like, when they needed it, he got it.
Yeah.
I mean, that first drive, they came down the field and looked great, and you're sitting here thinking, okay, this is
about to be a blowout.
Yeah. But no, Green Bay's defense looked fantastic.
Oh, my goodness. They stepped up
that
so
defense
much.
looked really good.
And
that's without, what?
Jair Alexander, Zadarius Smith.
And Zadarius Smith.
And I thought I saw something that said Zadarius Smith was going to be back.
There's another Smith on that
soon.
defense, right?
Preston.
Yeah, he didn't record a tackle that game.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that might.
4 hours ago, let's see, we've got an update. They are out, but they should be able to be back sooner rather than later. Doesn't give a whole lot of update about it, but which is kind of upsetting. Sports Illustrated said that just taking a quick look here.
Oh, God.
Jair Alexander and Zadarius Smith have both been on the practice field this week. And they are going.
When's Jair Alexander designated for return, though?
I have
that would be the question.
No idea.
Jair Alexander, when he is designated to return.
And I mean, I think at this point it's just going to be.
There's a lot of pretty decent games in the league this week.
I think it's just going to be kind of when he's ready because he chose not to have surgery.
Yeah.
But a big return was David Bakhtiari. He's back.
That's
this
huge
week.
For your offense, and that'll help. That'll help, especially if Rodgers plays this week.
And I mean, I don't see why he wouldn't, but at the same time, if he didn't, I probably wouldn't be all that upset just for the simple fact of, like, he hasn't practiced all week. I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, but it'll be something. And you brought up the Falcons and the Saints just a little bit ago, and I completely and 120% agree. I have no idea why they did not start Taysom Hill. I don't care if he's not full quarterback-esque anymore.
I don't care. He's better than Trevor Siemian.
At this point, I would let Alvin Kamara play
just
quarterback.
Run the ball.
No, I'm going to let him play quarterback. I mean,
like
it's bad. It's so bad.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
It's hard.
Okay, I just saw this tweet from Schefter. Do you think OBJ plays Monday night? Do you think he plays Monday night?
I mean, I don't see why not.
I mean, I don't know what kind of process they have to go through with COVID and everything that would get him to play, but
I mean, as I would think, as long as he doesn't have, if he can pass 2 COVID tests, he'd be fine.
Okay, well,
you're what do? You put him in the game, and you say, here, you're going in the game for 2 reasons: run a slant, run a go. That's it. We'll teach you the rest of the playbook later.
I mean, and even if he's just on the field as a decoy.
I mean, that's what the Cardinals did with D-Hop when he got hurt during the Cardinals-Packers game.
Throw him out there as a decoy.
Yeah. I mean, that's what every team does. You throw your best receiver out there, and the next thing you know, everyone's looking, oh, we need to double him, and he's not even intended to catch the ball.
Yeah.
But
all right.
Where are we at?
Are you ready for this?
Oh, we are. We're ready to go.
We're in this. We're to the fun part.
Fun part. Let's do this.
Wow, this is going to go a lot faster.
I know. Well, maybe. We still talk.
Depends on how much we got.
Let's be honest here. We still talk.
Well, this first one's not much of a.
We have Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens going Juan on Juan with the Miami Dolphins, and I think
it's Brissett.
Is Brissett under center?
I think it's Brissett.
Poor Tua.
He's got a small fracture in his hand. If I'm not mistaken.
R.I.P. Tua. But I'm definitely where I gotta take Baltimore.
I mean, you have to take Baltimore.
Honestly, I would not be shocked if Baltimore puts like a 40-piece on them.
I also would not be shocked if Baltimore put a 40-piece on. And Lamar runs for like 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. Just does whatever he wants against
I think
his
Lamar
defense.
Jackson could quite possibly run. Like, I think that you run a very balanced offensive attack against the Dolphins and run it straight down the middle, like a perfect split of pass and run. And, half those runs are RPOs or read options.
And just let Lamar do his thing.
Yeah, I mean, I would have no problem with that.
Oh, no.
That is tonight's game. If you didn't know, today is Thursday. We are recording on Thursday, which
so
is
this will be out by the time.
Yeah,
that game will have been played by the time this is out.
Yeah,
so.
we're gonna try to hopefully get this out tomorrow but it may happen. We do have jobs. It's crazy. Sometimes I wonder what you guys probably wonder what we do with our lives, but we really do have jobs. But next game on the list is Atlanta v. Dallas. Matty Ice. Matt, I have ice in my veins, Ryan. And, let's twist my hips as far as I can. Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys.
Ugh.
I think it's a bounce back game.
I also think this is a bounce back game for Dallas.
I think Trevon Diggs has a fantastic game on defense, and I think CeeDee Lamb takes over.
Yeah, I think Dak's going to have a game.
And, I don't think it's even close on
so
how far.
I'm glad we're both. Do you want to type yours in? I'll type mine in.
That's fine.
Okay. We can just do it like that since we both have our computers in front of us.
Which is a first. Give us a round of applause, guys.
We don't we don't do this.
Yeah, no.
This often.
Nolans and Tennessee.
Do we know who's playing quarterback for New Orleans?
I don't know if they've come out about it yet. It is
let me see if
still up in the air from what I've come to understand. But
Sean Payton said that he thought that Trevor Siemian played well overall. Well, you still lost.
You didn't.
I mean, he had 249 and 2 touchdowns. I guess Trevor Siemian's not that bad. I just think Taysom Hill gives them a better chance to win.
I agree. I think Taysom Hill is kind of like Lamar Jackson in a sense. Not nearly as fast, but it just gives you that.
Taysom Hill's not going to make guys miss. He's just going to run people over.
Exactly. And hey, sometimes when you only got one person to beat, you've got the opportunity to just run guys over, especially with their offensive line. That's a good offensive line right there. I wouldn't be scared at all to let that happen. But we've got
this is a
hard one because Julio Jones.
This is a tough one.
Julio Jones got downgraded to questionable for this week.
Julio, I'm never healthy. Literally, we could sit here and have a great conversation about how great how much better Julio's career would look is if he did not get hurt as much as he did.
Oh, I know.
God, but I love watching Julio play.
According to ESPN Fantasy, A.J. Brown is healthy.
Well, I mean,
so
he's just really good at football.
He is. Can you believe? Can you take a quick moment? Close your eyes. Imagine a college football team.
I know what you're doing.
With 2 very large receivers on the side of offense. And one of them saying, all the reporters were like, oh, he's not very good. And now they're both number 1 receivers on their teams and probably 2 of the best receivers in the entire NFL.
I agree. By the way, how's that Ole Miss team not just dominant?
Oh, I have no idea. No idea at all. I forgot. I do know. I do
Who was
have
their
an
quarterback?
idea. Jordan Te'amu was their quarterback. That's why they couldn't win a national championship.
Okay, fair. I'm going to take the Titans.
You know what?
Are you going to be different than me?
I am. I'm going to take Nolans.
Okay.
I have a feeling Sean Payton's going to pull something out of his big white ass and make this happen. And I'm okay with that.
I don't know. Mike Vrabel said he cut his dick off to win a Super Bowl, so
You know what? I'll say it. I've said it before. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Mike Vrabel is my spirit animal. I love that man, and the way that he coaches is insane. If you haven't seen it, I'm pretty sure he put on some pads one day and went one-on-one with one of his guys.
It wouldn't shock me.
Dude, Mike Vrabel's a dog. If you haven't seen that one commercial or video of the kid naming all of his friends from his high school football team, and he's like, he goes, this kid, He plays baseball. Didn't even know he could play football. Came out here, dog. Like, that is Mike Vrabel in every definition.
All right.
Well,
time to talk about everybody's favorite Josh Allen.
You know what? It's not even sunshine in the Jacksonville Jaguars anymore. It's Josh Allen. Big boy, big man, big dominator. Obviously, I mean, he's the only player in the NFL to ever have a sack, a fumble recovery, and an interception on the same guy on a guy with the same name as him. Josh Allen and the Jacksonville Jaguars take on Tyrod Taylor. No, why did I say Tyrod Taylor? Jonathan Taylor.
Tyrod Taylor.
Wow. We had a weird moment right there.
Tyrod Taylor.
I mean, just saying Tyrod Taylor is probably going to start for the Houston Texans.
I thought he started. Did he not start this week?
I think he did.
I think he started this week, yeah.
I'm pretty sure
I mean, not like it matters.
No.
It's terrible.
You know what?
Yeah,
do you smell that?
You're picking Jacksonville.
I smell upset.
I am not.
Is he gonna? Are they going to do it? Honestly, probably not.
He just wants to be different than me again.
But would it be absolutely fucking hilarious if the Jacksonville Jaguars and Dirty Herb went
Dirty Herb, greatest nickname in sports,
went
Dirty
on a
Herb.
2-game winning streak? You know what? I'm for it.
I don't know why you just don't tank and
I don't know.
Get a pick, but win a game. Not like Trevor's getting Rookie of the Year.
No,
I mean.
Jamar Chase has.
We still think that's Jamar Chase, right?
Yeah, Jamar Chase still has that locked up.
So, which one of us gets to spend 10 minutes on the Patriots? You or me?
Pick me. You know what? I'll take 5. You take 5.
Obligatory Mac Jones for Rookie of the Year segment.
So, Mac Jones is definitely the front runner for the Rookie of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year. He's just fantastic. Everything about Mac Jones. Mac Jones this, Mac Jones that. You know what? I'm sorry.
The great part is he's not here to defend himself.
He is
and
not.
when he listens to this, he's gonna
hate us.
He's gonna hate both of us.
But you know what? It's fun. I mean, look, Mac Jones had a great game. He had 139 yards and a touchdown. He might have thrown the interception, but it was a bullshit interception.
It's scary how much you sound exactly like him. I mean, your voice, no. Your mannerism and the way you're talking is absolutely perfect. You don't sound anything like him. You don't sound anything like him, but the way you're talking and the way he would talk, I see.
And you know what?
They've won 3 games in a row.
I know, but hold on, I got one more thing. And it was nice to see that the one interception went to former Patriot Stephon Gilmore.
I am not kidding. I'm pretty sure I made a joke last week that Stephon Gilmore was going to intercept
You
Mac
definitely
Jones.
did. You were like, how funny it would be if Stephon Gilmore got an interception against Mac Jones. And I'm like, shit, probably not going to happen.
Pretty funny that it happened.
Shit. One of the first passes, I believe it was one of the first passes of the game, and there's Stephon Gilmore picking it off. And
was anybody really shocked, though, when Stephon Gilmore picked that off?
No. I mean, he knows the entire offense.
True.
I mean, is that even at that point? Is it really as impressive as we want to think? No, the man knew the entire offense. I mean, he plays against it every day. Well, he played against it every day.
Yeah,
like you can only do so much until your defensive players that you're playing against in practice just are like, oh shit, they're lined up in this coverage. He's sitting this way. Like,
yeah,
I know what they're gonna do. I did it in college.
Yeah, exactly.
Eventually, I just was like, oh, well, here's the snap count. This is where they're running, So
I'm picking Cleveland.
I'm gonna do it.
I feel
for
like
him.
I feel
I'm
like
gonna
you,
do
I
it
feel
for
like
him.
you have to pick the Patriots for him.
R.I.P. to Riley. This is for you, bro. Word up.
Hopefully you're back next week.
Hopefully you're back next week. I mean, let's be honest.
I think if not, we just Zoom call this.
Yeah,
and
you know what? Well,
so we can have all 3.
Our first ever live video broadcast or podcast will be us Zoom calling Riley. Just call us Manning, and Manning.
Manning. Oh God,
this one's hard.
This one's gonna go quick.
I'm just kidding.
This one should go quick.
Yeah, Josh Allen's gonna absolutely the real Josh Allen. The not the one.
Here, I'll type this one in for you because I know who you're picking.
Not the one that showed up last week because that guy.
That was an imposter.
That was an imposter. That was not that. No, that was That was not number 2 in the MVP votes right now.
No, it was not.
Would you? Can we both agree Matthew Stafford for MVP?
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady? Okay. I can get behind that.
I think it's Tom right now.
I can get behind that.
I really do. I mean, he's putting up the numbers.
Yeah. I can get behind that willingly.
I'll just put their numbers side by side. Like, it's really close. Like, I think it's a toss-up between Stafford and Brady. Now that I look at their numbers, I thought Brady's played one less game and only has 121 less yards and has 2 more touchdowns.
I think what will be the decision, like the deciding factor, is the number of wins at the end of the season.
I think so, too. Brady's leading the league in yards per game, though, too.
That is impressive.
It's him, then Derek Carr, and then Matthew Stafford.
Anyone who says Derek Carr is a shitty person or a shitty football player can suck it, because Derek Carr is an angel.
He's having a great year, too.
And I don't care if...
Good dude.
I don't care if the Las Vegas Raiders aren't the greatest team in the world, because they're not.
They're not, but they're having enough internal issues right now that...
But he is taking everything that has happened and turning it into a positive the best he can. And my hat is off to him. Like,
absolutely.
That is incredible. Lord, we're going to take a quick prayer moment. Dear Lord, please let the Detroit Lions finally get their first win of the season and make the Pittsburgh Steelers look like little girls. Amen.
And please tell me Tony Correnti's not refereeing this game.
And if Tony Correnti decides he wants to ref this game...
Hold on. This has got to be a thing, right? NFL official assignments?
There's got to be something like...
Oh, it's got to be, right?
You would think.
What week are we in?
We are in 10.
Week 10? Football. There's actually a website called footballzebras.com.
Let's go. That's it. Hey, www.footballzebras.com tells you where all the referees are going to be.
Oh, my gosh, it does. This is... Okay, hold on. We don't have... Let's see.
We are
Correnti's in Indianapolis.
Oh,
dang it.
Nuts.
Dang it.
Well, the Jacksonville Jaguars might actually
They got a
win.
chance now. Oh, just kidding. He's going to give Wentz all the calls this week instead of of Trevor Lawrence. I mean, we all know how much he doesn't like Justin Fields, so... And he loved Ben Roethlisberger. I mean, some of those were bad.
Oh, I know. Well, honestly, I'm gonna take the underdog pick here. I think Detroit finally gets out of that stupid ass slump. I think DeAndre Swift has a great game.
Well, you can think that. They're just bad. I'm picking Pittsburgh. As much as I don't want to, my brain tells me to pick Pittsburgh. I'm picking Pittsburgh. You can just type the next one in. Too.
Yeah. Because the
Washington football suck.
The only way I would ever agree that the Washington football team had a chance to win is if Fitzmagic was playing.
I don't even think then that against Tampa Bay you're picking them against.
I don't know. Tampa Bay's defense was lacking the last couple weeks. They definitely haven't been that team. You know what I mean?
It's amazing how I don't know any of these officials' names. I'm sitting here staring at these. I'm like, I know who 2 of these guys are.
I mean, yeah, I don't. I just know the one main black guy.
Jerome Boger?
Yeah, love that dude.
He's in Tennessee.
Him and the other guy, he's the main white dude you always see. He's always the big head ref on Sunday Night Football.
Vinovich is doing Sunday Night Football this week.
Okay. Well, our next game is... I hope he plays, but I know he's not going to play. Because
is he not going to play, though?
I don't think so. It's
okay,
Thursday.
You should introduce the game first.
Okay.
Since we kind of just glazed over the Tampa Bay Washington game.
Yeah, I mean...
there's not a whole lot to talk about there.
I mean, it's
a game with a 10.5-point spread.
Good Lord.
There's not a whole lot to talk about there.
Well, the next game is the Carolina Panthers and the Arizona Cardinals. Now, here's the plot twist. The Carolina Panthers just signed Cam Newton because Sam Darnold is out for 6 weeks. I think is what it said. That's
guess what? Anything's better than Sam Darnold right now.
Yeah, Sam Darnold's seeing ghosts. He's the kid.
He's literally Cole. It might be more than ghosts right now.
I mean, Sam Darnold's literally Cole from The Sixth Sense going, I see dead people.
It's not an exaggeration. The man's been terrible.
But, I mean... It's hard because they just signed him, and it's Thursday afternoon. I think it's a 50-50 shot, if he plays or not.
Yeah.
And I think if Cam plays, they run a chance of winning. Because
I like me some P.J. Walker, though, if he plays.
I'd also like P.J. Walker. But the other side of the ball is Kyler Murray playing.
Okay. I haven't seen anything on that, but okay. Just to drop you something on Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold, this is coming from a Twitter account. Sam Darnold has thrown 160 passes over the last 5 games. 373 quarterbacks have thrown at least 160 passes in a season over the past decade. His stretch would rank 372nd in yards per attempt, 371st in TD percentage, and 370th in interception percentage.
Poor guy.
It literally can't get worse. Like, it can't get much worse than what it is. He has been so bad.
That poor man.
Like, you
know
might as
what?
well just put P.J. Walker in because it's going to be at least a little bit better.
Andrew Luck, are you ready to come unretire? Come play for this team. Like,
I so badly want this team to be good.
I do too. Like, the Carolina Panthers are not.
Do you remember like 6 weeks ago when we were talking about Sam Darnold for like most improved player in the NFL?
Yeah, no.
And now he's just like, well,
died.
he died.
I don't even, to be honest, I don't know who would win most improved, if there was one.
I don't even know.
Who wins comeback?
Dak.
Yeah.
That award was given out before the season even started.
Yeah, that's a good point. So, I'm gonna say Carolina.
Yeah, I think Kyler plays, so I'm gonna pick Arizona.
Okay.
I think Kyler plays. Would you like me to tell you what Kyler's status is?
That would be. I know on
Let me see.
fantasy it's questionable.
Is it questionable?
But I mean,
This is the same situation we ran into the other day where he hadn't practiced yet.
yeah.
He said that was a day ago. Feeling way better. Hopes to play Sunday. Okay, that was. AJ Green activated from the COVID list. Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins were not spotted by local reporters during today's practice. That was 6 hours ago from Ian Rappaport.
Yep.
And I think he comes. I hope he comes back.
I
think even if he doesn't come back, I think they're fine.
Colt McCoy
they just throttled James throwback. Colt McCoy and James Conner just throttled the 49ers
with a healthy George Kittle.
Yeah, healthy everybody. Poor San Francisco.
And now Elijah Mitchell is
again
questionable again.
Ugh.
Poor him. I feel so bad for that kid because he's really, really good. Like, that running back core, oh my God. Elijah Mitchell, Raheem Mostert, and then Trey Sermon? Holy shit. Like, those are 3 really fast dudes.
Yeah, they need more people to throw the ball to.
They do.
Somebody to get said people the ball.
I mean, you can't continuously throw it to Deebo Samuel and George Kittle over and over and over again. This isn't Kansas City.
Yes. You can talk all the crap you want. We beat that team in the Super Bowl. Thank you, Kyle Shanahan.
Whatever.
For gagging away another Super Bowl, just like you did in Atlanta.
Okay.
But he was the offensive coordinator for the Falcons. I told somebody had to make the 28-3 reference without Riley gone, so I had to do it.
I know. The Minnesota Vikings. You know, before we go, I have nothing bad to say about the Minnesota Vikings this year. I really
you and I have very differing opinions of Kirk Cousins in.
Like,
that man's terrible.
He is, but
he's bad.
Adam Thielen,
Justin Jefferson. Could you imagine Justin Jefferson with a real quarterback?
Could you imagine Justin Jefferson on the Green Bay Packers or the Kansas City Chiefs? That man is,
or just anywhere with Kirk Cousins, not his quarterback.
Yeah,
yes.
I mean, that kid could potentially look at an MVP.
He's so good. He's so good. Jamar Chase is still better, but he's still really good.
And then
I want to watch this game.
Long schlong Justin Herbert. He's been having a great.
Is this a noon game or is this a afternoon game? I turned away my schedule just for a second.
I know. So did I.
Okay. Crap.
Let's see.
We're both failing over here.
I know. It is a 3:05 start Central Time. 3:05 Central.
That one's probably not going to be on TV. Oh yeah, duh. Because we're gonna get Packers Seahawks.
That's fine with me.
That'll be the CBS game that week. Why is that a CBS game? That's 2 NFC teams. Yeah.
Who cares?
Exactly.
But
only me.
Anyways, I'm gonna take good old Justin Herbert and Money Mike Williams, and
Yeah.
my name's Keenan Allen, and I'm better than you.
My heart wants me to pick L.A. or my heart wants me to pick Minnesota just because I want the Chargers to lose.
You need
to
to
help the Chiefs, but I'm still picking L.A.
This next pick's a hard pick.
I don't think
The Philadelphia Eagles and the Denver Broncos, and I'd like,
this all depends on how you feel about what that game last week.
Devontae Smith is also questionable.
I think you're right. Devontae Smith is questionable. It depends on how.
No, I'm wrong. He's 100% healthy. He was upgraded today.
Yeah, he was questionable yesterday.
So
it means he probably practiced.
Yeah, I
today.
mean, there's still the thing about Jalen Hurts, man. Like, he's still young, and you can see it in the way that he plays. And
God, this is one of those situations again. Like, my heart's like, pick Philadelphia. You want Denver to lose.
But I can't because
I don't know if I can willingly pick Philadelphia to win this football
And Patrick Surtain is really, really good
at
football.
He's hurt.
He is hurt?
I think Patrick Surtain II is hurt. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure he is hurt.
If that is the case, that would make a huge difference in this game. Injury report.
He didn't practice yet. Knee sprain, expected to miss multiple games.
Oof. That's going to be a big shot there. Because
if he misses multiple games, that's going to hurt that secondary a little bit.
Because Patrick Surtain II, really, really, really good at football.
Just like his dad.
Yeah, kind of. I'm going to take Denver.
Oh.
I got
All right, I'm going to differ from you for this. I'm going to take Philly.
That's fine. We already know who I'm picking for the next game.
Ooh, we do not know who I'm picking for the next game. I still don't know who I'm picking for the next game.
The next game is the return.
Possibly.
Of Russell Wilson.
Oh, I thought you were leaning
to Seattle. No, I am
sorry for screwing up your intro.
Well, let's start over. The return of Russell Wilson.
Much better.
So, going Juan on Juan with the reigning, defending NFL MVP, the dog
Jordan
of all
Love.
dogs. The dog of all dogs, the man with the flow and the stash, him go,
COVID.
and the man who is immunized, not known as vaccinated, Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers.
If he plays, calm down there, Mr. Packers fan. If he plays.
Just had to ruin my moment, didn't I?
Yeah, I did.
Why?
I did have to ruin your moment.
I'm
sorry.
Fine. In his second start ever, it might not go well because we're playing a really good team. But if they decide they don't want to play football like they have in the past, and we can clamp them like we clamped the Kansas City Chiefs, Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers.
Well, you're facing a pretty bad defense again. I mean, he was really bad against Kansas City. Like, dear God, that defense sucks.
But again,
I can't say defense. Jordan Love made that Kansas City defense look good.
I know.
Like, okay, made us look really good.
But can we take a moment to just appreciate he didn't do that? He could have done a hell of a lot worse. One interception, not too shabby.
Okay, just kidding. He did lose. That interception probably did lose you the game.
I know, but what I'm saying is, like, one interception, yes, it lost the game. But one interception, I'm not going to complain.
Yeah.
Like, go
That's
for
fair.
it, my guy. Go for it.
That's fair.
I'm taking the Green Bay Packers. My biggest thing is, and it's not strictly because I'm a Packers fan, and it's not because Aaron's coming back. I don't think Russ is going to be the Russ that we've known and loved for so long, and it's going to take him a couple weeks to get back into the flow.
I understand that, but you heard all throughout his rehab that, like, nobody's, like, going to work harder than Russell Wilson to get back, and I don't think they would bring him back if he wasn't 100% ready. I'm picking Seattle. That spread can't be very high. That's got to be that. Yeah, Green Bay by 3.5, and that's probably the Lambeau 3.5.
Yep.
Game's played anywhere. A game's played in neutral. Ooh, that could be a snow game. There's some weather there, according to the thing on ESPN, which we don't know how accurate that is. But I mean, Russ played his first part of his college. Played in Wisconsin, so.
Yeah, but I mean, it doesn't snow. From what I understand, I've been told it does not snow much in Seattle.
No, but I mean, he's played in conditions like this. So
yeah, but you know who hasn't played in conditions like that? DK Metcalf. The man literally was from the SEC.
Touche.
I would.
Did they play a crap weather game last year? Surely they did.
They had to.
Probably did.
Like,
it's hard to avoid it in the NFL, especially when you get in November and December.
Yeah, I would especially in the NFC, because for some reason it seems like the NFC.
Well, they play in the warm. They play in the warm part of the NFC too.
Yeah, they do. They are so lucky. Let's see. We're gonna look up the weather forecast for on Sunday. There is a 40% chance of snow in Green Bay.
Okay.
So this could be a white Christmas, guys. Could be a white Christmas. I don't know how to pick this game. To be completely,
I know how to pick this game.
It is the wannabe. No.
Easy on the wannabe there, bud.
The wannabe Troy Polamalu with the hair.
That's a great reference.
Thank you.
Great.
The wannabe Troy Polamalu, but still a very, very good quarterback. Patrick Mahomes. And the shit-ass defense that is the Kansas City Chiefs.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Going one-on-one with actually a pretty good defense.
But now a team with, Darren Waller, who might be their only viable, really
Hunter
good.
Renfro, he still plays football.
Down.
He still plays football.
I understand the man still plays football. I'm just not saying he.
But there is there's that guy on the other side of the ball named Mad Max. Who's going to give that offensive line?
You know who's not on the other side of that ball now? Damon Arnett.
Oh, we're going to hell. We're going to hell.
The Raiders.
The
Raiders, Panthers.
I hate
this organization.
I hate that I have to do this, but I have zero faith in the Raiders organization to pull this win out.
I'm glad we agree. I'm glad we can agree on
the
something.
The Kansas City Chiefs are going to win.
I've brought you to the good side.
This one also won't take long. And, we're going to hop back into this conversation. Does Odell Beckham Jr. play?
Yes.
I think he does, too.
I don't think it matters.
I truthfully think that they're going to...
I don't think it matters. I think they win this game handily no matter what.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, they're playing...
That San Francisco defense is not the San Francisco defense that went to the Super Bowl.
They're playing... Tom Brady's backup, Jimmy Garoppolo.
That's not Tom Brady's backup. That's Tom Brady's jockstrap.
Jockstrap holder.
Yeah.
There you go.
But I don't
either one.
I don't think there's even
I don't think
there's even a chance. The only way this works is if Bosa gets back there and hits Stafford over and over and over again.
I mean, their line looked bad last week, so
yeah. I mean,
that game shocked. That game shocked everybody.
Yeah, I was watching it live.
We were talking during that game.
Yeah,
because it literally looked like Stafford had forgotten how to play football. Those 2 picks he threw were bad.
They were really, really bad.
Just awful.
Are we to the favorite part of it?
Yeah, we are. This lasted longer than what I thought it would.
We are here at your favorite moment of the day.
You want to know something crazy?
What?
We went longer in this point without Riley. We've already went an hour and 3 minutes with just the 2 of us.
I'm sorry, guys.
We are sorry. We are sorry.
No, I'm not.
We both like to talk.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm really not that sorry. But
do you have your hot take?
I'm
kind of bouncing back and forth on what I want to do.
But I mean, I kind of already said it, and I don't know if it's really that much of a hot take.
You can't really take my hot takes. The one I want to do is Baltimore, but I feel like I can't hot take that game because it comes tonight.
Yeah. My hot take has to go with the Detroit-Pittsburgh game.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if it's a hot take, but I feel like it is due to the fact that the Lions just suck. The Detroit Lions are going to march into Pittsburgh, home of Pat McAfee. And they are going to absolutely shit on them.
Oh, boy. Okay.
I think
I like it.
Good old Jared Goff Jared Goff throws for 275 yards.
I'll have you type this out. I'm not typing this out.
275 yards and 3 touchdowns. And the Detroit Lions win by 7.
Okay.
I know it's not the
but no, that you're saying they're winning by 7 when they are an 8-point underdog. Okay, that's that's a hot take.
okay.
That's a hot take.
And while we're here, we're gonna go ahead and hop back to my hot take from last week. It wasn't awful. It wasn't awful. Okay.
Oh, mine was closer than yours.
I know, but it wasn't awful.
What was Riley's last week? Oh,
Riley's
God, his
was
sucked too.
49ers
his
win.
sucked too.
Jimmy G throws for 3 touchdowns and 275, 1 to Kittle, 2 to Debo.
And they make the playoffs.
And that the 49ers are going to make the playoffs.
That is
Riley,
that take is now freezing cold.
Now that you're not here, what the fuck were you thinking, my guy? Because that was absolutely
I will
terrible.
concur.
Like
of those.
Oh, he got one part right. He did throw a touchdown to George Kittle.
Okay, we'll give him that.
We'll give you that.
Okay. Well, mine was probably the closest of the three of us. I hit Herbert 300 and 2 touchdowns. They just didn't win by what I said they would.
Yeah.
They only won by 3, but
yeah.
I hit the statistics.
You did.
I hit those. So, I mean, probably not a hot take to say Justin Herbert throws for 302 TDs every week, but
probably not.
All right. Well, here we go. I'm going to Dallas for this one. Just because I think this is a prime Dak get right spot.
Okay.
I think this is a 300-yard, 3-touchdown game for Dak.
303 TDs. Good Lord.
One of those TDs. No, we're not going to get that hot takey. And I think they win by 2 touchdowns. I think they just demolish Atlanta.
I'm going to have a hop onto yours really quick because there was something that I was thinking about, but I just wasn't sure if I wanted to say it. I'm going to also toss onto this that I think Trevon Diggs has 2 interceptions this week.
Okay.
You'd
be safe just tossing one on there because it's really hard to predict when somebody gets an interception.
I know, but he didn't play very well last week.
That's fair.
And I think that he's a little toasty about it. And it's definitely going to be that's going to be a fun game to watch. There's a fun week of sports this week, and everything from what I've been watching, the NFL, the NHL, the NBA, the teams that you're thinking are going to be super duper good aren't the teams that are super duper good.
Yeah.
Like look at the Warriors. We talked about the Warriors earlier. They're 9-1. 10-1? 10-1. Who would have thought that the Warriors that died last year were going to be the hottest team in the NBA right now? You know what I mean? Like teams that are just kind of coming out of the blue and out of the woodworks and having a fantastic season so far. So I'm excited to see where they go. Also, still, like I do almost every week, shout out to the Seattle Kraken for having the coolest name in sports.
The coolest name. Oh, you want to watch a basketball game tomorrow night?
What we got?
Chicago and Golden State. That's on ESPN at 9 o'clock. We should be done close to this.
That's hype. I'm about that. But there's a lot of great sports going on, a lot of great games that are just they're neck and neck games. There's not really ones getting blown out and such. But that's all we got for today. Thank you so much for listening once again, and we can't wait to be back here next week. Dakota, you got anything else?
No, I'm good. Let's get out of here.
Well, for our wonderful co-host who could not be with us because, he's still sick, Riley Funk and Dakota Smith, I'm Aaron Lewis, and thank you for listening to the Notorious R.A.D.